Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Paul. How are you doing today? You take any more trades last night? There was some nice movement during London. I saw we had like a 100-point little pump. If you'd have stayed above that 50, where I was talking about, we had marked out last night above that opening range high. You caught a few points. Nice. Check out the news real quick. Looks like we did have some 8:30 news, which I think that's what this little candle here that you're looking at. This was from initial job claims. But I'm pretty sure the draw is probably going to be the wick up here at 685 for the Nvidia numbers from yesterday. So this is probably going it'd be nice if we can take out these highs and go all the way back down and take out these lows today. That'd give you a nice 200 points of finding some pretty good trades. And it looks like you have a nice 5-minute trend line setting up too. So it'd be nice if we can get like a nice little inside bar where it prints and just goes all the way back down. We also may try long. Hopefully it doesn't, unless it goes straight there at opening, is maybe look for long up to 685s. I had a little inside bar here at what, 44? What do we got? 649. We got about a minute left on this candle here. What do we got? 15 minutes? 10 minutes? Man, did we make it up there in time? Got about 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle here. I was trying to wait for this 5-minute candle pullback. Let's see if it prints, then pulls back 50%. Then maybe that'll put us about, what, here? Maybe? Right there at the top, right at 49. We'll see what happens here. What's up, Simple? How are you doing today? All right, here comes our new 5-minute candle. Let's see if it pulls back first. All right, this is only 2 micros here, guys, because I usually don't take trades before the opening. So if we pull back to 50 or 49, I may add one here. Now, this is just kind of a I think trade. This isn't a trade I would recommend anybody follow, especially with a funded account or anything that matters to you. I still like the sell-off this morning just because of that 5-minute trend line we have going on. This is the eval. We have about $700-800 in, so we're just going to risk what, 20-30 bucks in the opening here. We were up $26 from last night, so we have a little bit of profit from last night that we made. So that 50.49 is kind of my line in the sand too. The push, guys, come on. I got to make sure we're not too close to opening. So we'll see where we're at about a minute or two before the market opens. If it's still just sitting here, we may just close it. All right, let's see if we can get that pull back into the 50s. We need to see 50. Usually if you're watching the 5-minute candles, a lot of times you get the 50% of the candle pull back on. Where is the Fibonacci at on this candle? All right, your 50% is right there. Let's see if that 50% holds. All right, we're back at the 50. We'll see if this 50 holds. All right, looks like it's probably going to stop us out here. All right, so that puts like $14 in the red. I still think it's going to the 80 when the market opens. I still think that 80 is the target to shoot for. Good morning, Ponzi. What time is it? Do we attempt a 5-second trade today? All right, I guess we are going to do the 5-second trade. Wasn't sure if I wanted to do that today. So let me get the clocks over here. I haven't really been having the best what is that? Luck with the All right, we got less than 1 minute, guys. 1 minute left. One big old bull flag here. All right, less than 1 minute to go. All right, 30 seconds. What's up, room? I think he had like some kind of appointment or doctor's appointment or something this morning. I'm not positive. Oh. Ah, crap. Look there. Come back to stop me out and go to the 80. You son of a bee. There's your 80. Ah. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Too bad I couldn't hold on to that trade. Oh well, we might as well just go to the back to the 5-minute charts, guys. Look at this big old 5-minute boner candle. Woo. Let's see if we get a 50% pullback on this 5-second here. And that's a pullback to the 80s. Damn. The market didn't want to give me no love this morning, guys. We saw the long coming. We just could not stay in it for that kind of drawdown. I feel like the market just did me dirty. Let's see. We got the month's high all the way up there at the 743s. The good old 10 rebound there. I think you're going to, if you wait on this second candle, we should get the pullback to the 80s. There, this 5-minute candle is just insane right now. I was definitely expecting the 80s. I didn't expect us to go all the way up to the 40s and 50s. But what goes up must come back down, you would think. So we're about to get a new 5-minute candle. And a lot of times a 5-minute candle will retrace the first big candle here. So there's the 50% of the 5-minute candle here. What's crazy is we're probably going to end up with a 5-minute inside bar on this, probably on this next one, this next candle, just because it's so massive. So we're either going to the 80s or all the way back to 58 to retest these wicks. Let me look to that. Oh yeah, that it's going to retest the here. It's got to retest that. 90. Let's see what happens here. That'll be the top of that data wick from yesterday. See if it holds. Just hit resistance. I couldn't get my stuff set up in time. I was trying to get my... Damn it. I feel like hopping in now is almost too late. We're still popping that wick. %80 will be the 50% of the total pullback. You can see here. So this is probably going to be an inside bar, but man, it's... Whew. There's 50% of the candle, so it should move back up, I think. Really need those 700 to hold. Oh, dude, that should have been my 10 points. There we go. I did get in that one a little early just because I like the momentum on the 1 minute chart. Ah, damn it. Couldn't keep the runner. It can still play out. You're short. I like the short back below the 700s. I thought we were going to get a quick push, like a quicker push on that. There's a 700 bus. I'm going to risk a little bit on this one micro. We got the 9 sold off, so we're at least up 155. Trying to stay above this 10. All right, oh, come on. Damn it, I knew that. Okay, there we go. Right above this 21 EMA on the 5 minute. Where did you get long at, Simple? Now back above the 700s. I mean, shoot. I'm going to have to lower my risk down just a couple micros though. You're at that 50% of that, somewhat, the body of it is at that 80, which is 50% of that 5-minute candle from earlier right here. This is what I mean by, like, a lot of times these 5-minute candles will run the 50%, which this first one did. You can see it. It ran it to the tick. Maybe this is a big old bull flag on the, but there was a big trend line break for the 5 minutes for the short. So we will be watching this here if we break to the downside. So that first trade was on my funded, the one that we just took 10 points for 171. So no more trades for that, just one and done. We did get in early. I was really hoping for the breakout from this previous right here, but we only pushed up a few points. But I'm watching the 1 minute on my main screen, and I got in off of that, the 1 minute. That last trade, we shorted the 700s. That's why I said I like the short below the 700s, and we picked up. We got back in the red, back in the green from that little red that we had. So we'll see if we can find maybe one trade for this account here. So good start to the morning so far. We almost got like a little 1 minute bear flag sitting up here. I don't know if it's going to pay 10 points. So let's see. I would have been short at 80. So yeah, it paid 10. I'll show you what I'm looking at over here. So I'm watching my 1 minute chart. So right here, you had a little bear flag pullback. Then a break. You broke below this first wick, got short about the 80. You would have got your 10 points. Then you're in a runner. Man, it looks like we're retracing this freaking whole 5 minute candle from the beginning here. Let's see here. Yeah, nice on the short call. Looks like we're breaking out of the 15 minutes here too. Where's target? My runners have been getting stopped out, but that's okay. Nice 20-point banger. No! I forgot to up. Oh. God dang it. I forgot to up my freaking points. I only got $60 off of that. Oh, that's dirty. Right now, we're just kind of tapping that 15-minute opening range. I didn't feel comfortable jumping back in that again for the short. I mean, I think now I'm going to wait for the open day close down at 542. A lot of times I like this on an eval. So this first one, we hit the 90, retest the 10 or 20, and then just short the whole number. Most time you'll at least get your 10 point. Yeah, this is what I was meaning. We should have had our full $200 on that last trade, but we only had $60 because we are only in it for freaking, what do you want to call it? I think I'm just going to do 5 micros if we take the next trade. This way, if we do lose it, at the most we'll lose is $100, and it'll just be in the red, $40. I don't want to risk the whole 200. Good morning, Sarah Doss. How are you doing today? Man, it's like, did we find the bottom here at 600? Do we go back up? I think we got to take out that wick. Let's see where that data wick down here. 429s. I think 429s is definitely a possibility. Woo, I don't see how you can full trade in that overnight stuff, man. I tried to trade it, but man, I just keep it super small. Either I'm going to lose like 30, 40, $50 or I'm going to make 30, 40, $50. All right, here we go. We're losing a 600 again. Do we kind of nerve-wracking to take this around the 600, especially after it's been hit so many times. Woo. Looking pretty bearish. There it goes. I just couldn't do it that time, guys. It's been popped here so many times that I just didn't know. It's so hard to get this when it's done hit 3 or 4 times. You like trading the evening session? If I can eventually get better at it, I probably would. It's just, I know I'm not very good at it. But I've been trying. But if anybody's got any advice, the best way to trade the evenings, I'm more than welcome to listen. Whew, look at that reclaim of the 600s. Nice room. Try to do some Ninja Trader bots. Nice. I wish I had the time and the know how to do that. I've dabbled a little bit with the messing with the Ninja bots, but I've never had any luck with it. So, oh goodness. So right now we are going to try long off 42, 43 area. Man, I think this might be one of these days where we consolidate and sell off the rest of the day. All right, got a new 5-minute candle. What if we pull back up to the 40s here? If you're watching the 5-minute, that's yeah, back up to these EMAs. You're trailing. Is that what you're looking for? Back up to the 30s and 40s? Now this is going to be the first inside bar after the 9 o'clock hour. Usually these are the better of the ones than these first ones. Usually those first ones aren't as great, but these second ones are usually the better of the ones. Usually after 9 or after 10. Nice if you held the trade up to the 30s and 40s. Now, if we get above 30, I think we continue higher because we'll be back inside that 15-minute range. Let's see. Maybe back up to 55. I wouldn't mind seeing us hit the 50s, then sell all the way back off. Not sure if that's going to happen. All right, so the inside bar is no longer. So we already broke the previous candle here. All right, here's the attempt to break back inside the 15-minute candle. Is that for everybody, Sir Doss? Yeah, I need to check Bulinox and see what Bulinox decided to do. Because right now my thing is sitting at 45%. Yeah, they're still sitting at... Bulinox hasn't updated their stuff yet. It's still sitting at 45. I would think since Apex is doing 90, Bulinox is more likely going to do the same thing. The 15-minute held again. See if we lose the 600s again here. Ooh, we tapped it. Woo, like a glove above the 15 minutes, guys. Boom. Let's see above 60 here. If 60 loses 60, we'll close it. It's at 60. Come on, hold 60. It's trying. It's trying so hard to hold. Okay. We'll have to wait and see if we get back above that 60 level. Might have to have some kind of 50% pullback here. Maybe that was the 50% pullback. Come on, 60. It's on the struggle bus. Might have to shut it down again if we cannot get above the 60s here. There we go. That's going to get it. Yes, Gary goes. We knew the 60 was the level. Oof. Go on and give me that 80. The runner may not get anything. We'll risk a couple points on the runner and see if that 60 holds up for us. Looks like it did. Just retested the 60s. Had a big wick there on the way down for that 60 push. Still retesting that 60, guys. All right, runner got stopped out. That's okay. That pushed us up to 188. So, I mean, all of our accounts are in pretty good shape. I mean, the only thing we really got left to do if we wanted to is maybe switch over to Apex. Or we can just lower our risk down to like 2 micros or 3 micros and do that. If you pull, so this might have been a fail breakdown of the 5 minutes. I don't know. Let's see. You would have got short here. You would definitely would have had to sit through some drawdown. I'm not sure if it would have paid you 30 points or not. Eventually it would have paid you 30 points, but man, you would have to sit through some drawdown. If you took that 5-minute breakout play this morning. Actually, I don't even know if you would have took it because it was right there at the leg. So never mind. So you wouldn't have taken that one. You'd have wanted to break more like up here because it broke at the first leg down. Nice on the bottom call. I suck at timing the bottom there. rooms. I just take the long one. I think, okay, I think we're going to move up. We get back above 30. Once we broke this 15-minute range, I was like, okay, we're going back up a little bit more. See, I think this is the 50%. So if we get back below 30, we could be going back down. As long as we don't get no more than 50% of this 15% candle, or 15-minute candle. Let's pull the fib on the 15 here and see. So here's that 15. So if we get more than 50%, we might just be moving back up. Might be going back out the other side. Wow. Yeah. I mean, we're already at the 23% pullback on that. Or 78%. So. Did I have that backwards? Yeah, I think I have that backwards. Do. Let me start over. Yeah, so we're already at the 76% of the pullback of this candle. Whew. Now we just sit around, drink coffee all morning, guys, and stare at charts. Oh, no, we just switched over to that. I'm sorry. I meant to trade it back. We've been watching the 5-minute chart. Sir Dose. I was just pulling Fibonacci on that 15-minute candle to see if we were at the 50% of that 15-minute candle from this morning, from that last 15 candle of the breakout. No, we've been waiting for the inside bar after 9 o'clock this morning, or after 10 o'clock this morning. We had an inside bar this morning, but there's no way I would have taken this just because how big it was. I mean, this thing was probably, what, 20, 40, almost 50-point inside bar. There's no way I'm taking this inside bar. I did take a long, but it was based off the 1 minute of the momentum of the 1 minute. But this, no, that's just too big. Now, if it's a one little inside bar like this, I will definitely take this because that's about 25, 20 points. So that's not too bad. It's when it starts getting over 30 and 40 points that I don't like to take them. Because I just don't want to risk that much. I like to see the pullback first. Like 50% of that 5-minute candle, then break. So it looks about half of it right there. So it did the pullback thing. That's good. Just which way do we break now? I hate shorting into the whole number. That's another thing. I hate shorting into the 50. I'm hoping it just goes up, honestly. If we get the pullback, we may get 30. We may get down to the number 30 there. There's a big wick on that 5-minute candle right here. Oh, it's breaking. So we'll risk 20 points. Just 2 micros on this though, guys. Because we've already pretty much got our profit. So we won't be taking this on a funded account. So it might have been a fail. That sucks. It hit right above it and pulled back on us already. You dirty girl, you. That's not looking too promising. Come on, 5 minutes. Hold up. Nope. Son of a bee. That sucks. Man, it just literally wicked above that thing like points. I wish there was a way I could figure out like when it's going to do that, but I have no way of telling. You know, with that 5 minute, you just have to take it for what it is. Man, is this thing just going to rip right back up? Man, that 5 minute would almost burn you on both ends. There's that wick that we were talking about. Yeah, so the 5 minute would have kind of, well, I don't know. I mean, you would have got long above this wick here, but hell, it only pushed up 5 points before it sold back down. Then if you try to get short down here, you wouldn't even got your 10 points because you're I don't know, maybe yeah, you would have got 10 points barely. So that pushed us back down to $60 in profit. So we lost a little bit on that. I think we lost about $100. Okay, so Bewley's at 90 off now. Nice. Let's go, Bewley. The 5 minute was kind of rough today, Methodical. It pushed both ends. What is going on with the 70s right there? Yeah, see, this 5 minutes running both ends today, guys. Good thing you probably missed that 5 minute trade today, Methodical. So we did still take a funded trade today. We took the breakout on the 1 minute. It was this candle here, in which we got lucky because it could have easily not made it. I mean, I already went to break even time we hit 7 or 8 points anyway, but we got lucky to hit 10 on that one. Now we're just kind of consolidating. I hope it's not one of those days where just officers like 2 big moves in the morning, like right there opening, then the pullback, and now we just have to consolidate all the way till lunchtime. I find this kind of price action to be the worst because what happens, let's say if you get in the red over here, you make mistakes, like, and we'll say when these 3 big red candles, you make mistakes, you get in a hole, then you're over here in consolidation trying to get your losses back. And most of the time, that's where you end up blowing your account. From, my experience from, that kind of crap that I've done over time. We'll give it a few more minutes. If we don't get anything, we'll just call it a morning and probably come back later tonight. Let's see here. See if we lose. Just don't want to buy at the bottom of the range here. I mean, it's another inside bar, too. Man, this thing's just out wrecking people today. Oh my goodness. Sir Dogs. I hate whenever I get a bias in my head. I try so hard not to let the bias get me. We're thinking like, oh, we're going to get a pullback. We're going to get a pullback. That shit just keeps going up and up and up. Hey, man, everybody's been there. Those are the worst days when you get that stuck in your head. I try to come into the market not even thinking about which way it's going to go until I see it, just because I don't want to get a bias stuck in my head. You're not the only one that has done it, man. Everybody's had their moments. Ooh, come on, man. It's like, are we going to break this back out of this 15 minutes here? We're at the bottom of that 15-minute candle, and that's at the 30. That's why we're struggling to push through there. It's like I want to short, but man, I just do not want to get caught at the bottom of this 15-minute candle. Whew. Maybe it'll just run 50% of the candle and push back down. Maybe. I feel like if we lose these 30s, we should go. Yeah, the purple candles are inside bars, Sir Doss. The inside bar hasn't been the friendliest today. don't really like the longs unless we're back above 60 here. Been a lot of resistance up here at the 60s. I mean, we could walk away and just be green today, but the market seems to be moving pretty good today if we can just get out of this consolidation area. That's looking pretty bullish. Let's see if we can get above the 60s here. We're at 15-minute held. I just don't know if we got more than 10 points if we push to 60. That's the only thing I'm worried about here. We'll go to break even or stay pretty close. I don't want to risk a bunch since we've been rejecting at this top right here. I was trying to make sure I hit those equal high. Okay, we got it. We got it. Back above the 60s, guys. All right, we'll stay in this trade for a few points with 1 micro. All right, so we did get our losses back. Now we're back above the 200s again. This is where the market got stuck a while ago here at the 70s. Got all this resistance here. I think I'm just going to play the 90. I'm not going to be too greedy here. We're just going to play the 90. So it looks like we're getting stuck at the 70s again. Damn it. Got stuck at the 70s again. Damn. So no love for the runner on that one. So far, it's been a really good day trading. We've had a couple little losses here and there, but nothing devastating. We did lose a little bit on that 5-minute inside bar, but like I said, we were in at only like 2 micros because we already had our profit for the day. So there was really no reason to risk a lot. This is why I kind of let you guys know what I'm doing because I don't want you guys to over leverage. You know, like any trade with these inside bars, it's a percentage game. So you got to know going in it, it's not a winning trade every day. It's usually a 70 to 80% win percentage is what it's been the last few weeks. So yesterday, that 5 minutes was a banger, like 100 points or more. I mean, it just freaking ripped. And I paper handed that thing so bad yesterday. I was so mad at myself. Ugh. So now we could probably lower it back down to 2 micros. I mean, if we can find another little trade, we will. We'll just do it with 2 micros. We went in with 10 micros that time, so, or basically 1 mini. So I was trying to take that trade right before we hit the top of that range because I wasn't sure if we're going to get stuck here, in which we did. We got stuck there again at 75. That's why you kind of catch me going to break even fairly fast as soon as we broke those 60s. If we can find some kind of momentum below the 60s, I mean the 30s, I like the short to the downsides too. We just need to be above the 60s or above the 70s range and below the 30s. Oh, goodness. I'm I'm probably going to wait till next week to start off fresh with my Apex funded. Just because I don't feel like going tilt on those after this week. So we're going to stay away from them today and tomorrow and just trade the Buleys. Then we'll just start fresh in September. So I say we need a short. I say we need to push all the way back down to the 550s. That's where the previous open day close is, all the way down at 542. Yeah, I know, man. Sorry, I can't believe it's September already. We're about to start hitting the holidays for the month. You know, got Labor Day Monday, you got Halloween coming next month, and Thanksgiving, then Christmas, the New Year. So these last 3 months of the year is always busy for a lot of people, as far as if you got, especially if you got families and stuff, bigger families. So a lot of work. Luckily, I don't really have any kids in grade school, so I don't have to worry about, you know, kids running around the house or none of that stuff. Well, guys, it looks like the market just died on us. Like there's just no volume at all. I like this momentum candle. Man, it hit those 75s and just died. I thought it was going to blast here, but it didn't. It did not blast. Now I need to wait for it to get above here, then pull back, retest all these wicks, then maybe go. So that would kind of have to be the next play there for us to get long again. So you want to see it blast above 70s, maybe hit the 700s, then pull back into the 70s to retest these wicks, then look for a long. I don't want to be one of these people that buy at the top of the range, because what happens, a lot of times you think, oh, this crap's about to break. Sometimes it does, but then it'll pull all the way back on you. And you're like, F. All right, there's a little 15-point push. Let's see if this next candle, I'm watching the 1 minute chart to see if we can push back and retest all these wicks here. All right, so we finally broke out of the consolidation zone here. Just got to see if it's going to hold, because a lot of times we'll pop above it, then literally go all the way back down through it. What sucks is that that's another 5 minute inside bar. I mean, there's no way I could be taking these over and over, guys. See if it's going to hold here. There comes the retest. Oh, shit. That thing just pushed right through those wicks. There we go. See if 75 is going to hold. 75 is where the top of that range was. I take this long, it's just going to be with 2 micros. Boy, that thing played out perfect, didn't it, guys? Even though this was a eval. No, it's not going to get my 10. Come on, baby. Give me the 10. It missed me by a tick. There we go. It wants it. Oh, I don't want to have. Okay. Wow. How perfect was that? Push above, retest, pop. Now, this is 1 minute that we're talking about, not the 5 minute. Here's my one. I'm taking my trades off the 1 minute. Look, here's the 1 minute. Pop, pull back, retest. Then once we got above the pop, the retest candle, we went long. Man, did we rerun the highs all the way back up to 640s? I almost want to just put my profit up there. We'll risk a little bit on this, like 5 points or something. I don't really want to risk more than 5 or 4 points. Because we could sell back down through there. Now, if this thing pushes up, pulls back, retests that 90 range, we may even add a contract. I love those days where you feel like, oh, I can do no wrong. But man, there's just some days it's like everything just fails. But today's been working out pretty good. I like that consolidation at 90 because this means this could hold and just pop. So this is what we're hoping for. I just hope it don't have to come back and retest the 75s. I'm hoping this wick right here will save us. We got a little wick sitting there at 86. Just right below 90. I'm hoping that holds it up. But the 5 minutes wicks are sitting at the 80, 78. So it could pull back to the 78, which I don't know. I guess we could always go back a few points. I really don't want to see us lose the 90, honestly. I want to see the 90 hold here. Like a glove, guys. Like I said, there's just those days where you can do no wrong. Too bad I didn't add. But you don't know if you're right until it happens. I mean, you know, you can hindsight everything here, but until it happens, you don't know. We are targeting session high up at the 40s. Actually, I may even do 35. So you're expecting some kind of pullback if you hit these 10s. I mean, I always expect some kind of pullback. If we hit the 710s, you want to see the pullback back into the 90s again, then rip. That's usually the process with this area of trading between 90 and 710. Unless NASDAQ's like, hold my beer. I'm going straight through. We're not going back. Then there's the 20. Every now and then you'll get a little 20 push before we pull back. 20 to or 10 to 20 usually. Somewhere between that 10, 15, and 20 range. So let's see what happens. No. Maybe. I almost want to put my take profit at 25 just to, I don't want to be a sticker for one micro at 35. Look at this 5-minute candle. That thing is on a mission. Got stuck here at the 20s. What do we got? A minute left on this 1 5-minute candle. Maybe a pullback to retest the wick at 700. It's possible. All right. I almost like to see a pullback and add into this. Hopefully we can do that without it stopping us out though. Right now we're up $300 in this account. If we get stopped out here for break even, that'll push us back down to about 270. All right, new 5-minute candle. You would think that we'd get a push back down to the 700s. Like where all this wick is here. Hopefully that was it though. I'm hoping it doesn't. But see, if you're looking at the 5 minutes, we could get a push back down to, trying to look and see, 702s. I think I'm going to choose 25. I'm not going to be a stickler for $20 with 1 micro here. I mean, it looks like it's creating a nice little bull flag here. Whoosh. I really don't want it to lose the 700 levels. What's up, David? Ugh. It did. Damn it. Let's see. I'm going to still risk a little bit on this just in case the 21 EMA holds up on the 5 minute. So we could get a push back down to the 85s. Nope. Pretty good so far. Pretty good morning. Right now we're up 171 on the fundeds, and the evals were both up $200 to $300. So pretty good day so far. You know, you have those days where you feel like everything's going right. So it's been one of those type days where everything seems to be working out good. I think we had one little small loss back here that I lost a little bit of profit, but we got it back. I hate this is taking so long to push up. Almost willing to just take my 20 points. We can always re-enter again if we do get a deep pullback. Woo. There's the little ripper. I was kind of getting worried there for a minute. All right, we're going to lock in 20. What is up with this 20, guys? Come on, 20. All right, it's giving it up this time. Ah, tease me. Tease me. That'd be a nice little 40-point move. I was kind of worried there for a minute on that pullback. I wasn't sure if those 700s are going to hold. If we pull back, there's a lot of wicks right there at the 15, so. Just a little bit of kissy kiss. There we go. A little bit. So close. There we go. Oof. I don't see how we don't take out those 40s. I just didn't feel like sitting through it, but I think those 40s are definitely going to get tapped. I mean, you know, usually a lot of times if we cannot break out at the bottom of the 15-minute gap, we always go back to the very top, and that's back up at the 40s. So I feel like if you were holding in this trade, you definitely could probably hold at least a runner up to those 40s. All right, so I'm not sure if I want to take any more trades today, guys. I mean, it's been a really good morning. 180 on the funded or 170 on the funded. 329 on an eval and another 200 on an eval. So pretty good morning. I think we had one. We took a small little loser at the opening because I thought we were going to the 80s, which we did go to the 80s, but we had to sit through a lot of drawdown and it was so close to opening, so I wasn't about to do that. But we were only in it for 2 micros, so kind of started out in the red a little bit with like $14, $15. So not a big deal. Then we took another small loss over here on the first 5 minute breakout candle. So what happened is it wicked above it. We got long on that wick above, then it moved all the way down. So the 5 minute could have, I'm not sure how you would have played it any different to make it work for you today, but it did not work for me today. which I'm glad I already had my profit for my funded account. So I was taking that 5-minute breakout on an eval. Thank you guys for watching today. Hope everybody had a okay trading day. You know, if you are red, just put the red account away and just move to your next account if you can. I know those are hard to do sometimes. I know for myself included, you know, to get that little bit of revenge trading, like, oh, I can get it back. I can get it back. So thank you guys for watching this morning. And depending on if I go anywhere I may go somewhere with my daughter after lunch. So I'm not sure if we'll be back for power hour, but we'll definitely be back this evening for the opening, or later in the evening for the opening. So thank you guys for watching today.